So this is an old timer that I dug up, planted in my yard, and dug it up again. This is a good little container from Home Depot. They grow well in that plastic. So I let it grow wild. And then there's dead wood right here, so I used some lime sulfur and some Minwax wood hardener, and kept it exposed so it doesn't rot. When this is planted in a bonsai pot, maybe this will be trimmed off a little bit. So what I start off with doing is cleaning up the suckers. I leave those on while it's growing for strength and for increasing the size of the trunk. And we all know the basics of missiles here. First branch, side branch, back branch, and all that. But sometimes we have to work with what we have too. And that's where part of the creative process comes from. So one thing I should have said at the beginning, Rick, one of the first things we decide is, what is the front? This was all dead through here. What John Naka used to teach was you take the defect and you make that the front. And then you carve it or you do something to make it look old. He said if you make the dead part back, people are going to be looking around and going, wonder what's going on back there. So you make it your front. I also carved right through here. Whoever gets this tree can carve some more, do their interpretation. If you, as you train them, as you cut, you can clip and grow. If you go right here and you leave one leaf, the tree will grow that way. But with olives, sometimes there's two leaves like that. So depending on the direction you want it to go in, you can cut one of those off completely, and then you will grow that way. I read where Michelangelo, when he was doing his sculptures, considered the block of marble alive, and he was able to create a figure out of that looked alive by just getting rid of all of the extraneous material. So when we're working on our trees, getting rid of the distractions, the extraneous. See, this is one of those where I want to cut it back. There's two leaves right here. It's going out like that. I really want it to go straight up, so I'm going to take it off there, and I'm going to take this leaf off. And now we're going to have growth that goes that way. So straight down comes off. As we get towards the top, we can shorten things up a little bit. The last thing that I'm ever worried about with a tree is apex. That's the last thing that's done on a tree. I really want to concentrate on the lower portion, first branches, back branches. This up here, someday perhaps we'll shorten it down a little bit. Might let it go this tall and fill out here. Deciduous, and this isn't deciduous, but green-leafed trees like this look very nice when they're full and round on the top rather than just a straight up point. So just going for a general outline here. Shorten them up a little bit on top. And just like any a shrub or a tree, as you keep cutting back, they'll branch out more and more. So a long spindly one like that, you cut it back, it's going to throw more, then you cut it back again, and it starts filling out. So anything that becomes a distraction, you would really like to get rid of. So at this stage, I would start wiring and not do too much more cutting until I figured out where I want things. So maybe first branch, second branch, back branch. So now do some wiring. So with the wiring, what I want, since this is the front, I want to bring this branch down and sort of out. If you notice in Harry's demonstrations, when he wires, when he looks at the tree, he always brings his branches out towards you, towards your eye. They're not like this. They're like this, enveloping you. So we want to bring that out. Really would not like to show too much wire in front of the tree. The gin pliers are great for grabbing a big piece of wire and moving it. John used to say, whoops. Oh, well, we didn't read that one anyway. Yep, so whoever gets this needs to take it home and do a lot more work on it. I had took it out of the ground early spring this year, so whoever does get it, don't repot it until next spring, and then you can put it into a bonsai pot if you want. The other thing that I'd like to caution is take your time on the creative side, and the only branches I've ever regretted are the ones I've cut off, not the ones I've left on. So proceed with care. I look at them a lot. There are some that I wish I'd looked at a little bit longer before I did it, but anyway, just go easily. So this is going to be back. Now our problem was we've got a heavy branch right on this side, on the left side, not much here. But if we can use one of our back branches and slide it around like that, we fill in this space right here. So you want to try to not have big areas of space. So this branch is going to be pulled around a little bit like that.